I gave my cheating husband the perfect anniversary gift and then watched his entire world crumble. When my husband Marcus started spending every single weekend at the office, I didn't question it. We had been married for 6 years and he was gunning for partner at his law firm. He told me he was doing it for us, for our future. I was the supportive wife. I packed his lunches, ironed his expensive suits, and even smiled politely when his glamorous new associate Vanessa started calling our house at 10 at night. She's just overwhelmed, Marcus would say, his voice dripping with faux sympathy. I have to mentor her, Chloe. It's expected. So I tried. I really did. I hosted dinner parties, poured the expensive wine, and let Vanessa compliment my home decor, while she subtly eyed my husband. For 2 whole years, I played the role of the oblivious, happy homemaker. I kept our lives running smoothly, managing the massive estate my late grandfather had left me while Marcus supposedly built his empire. But then, I found the burner phone. It was tucked inside his golf bag, hidden beneath a box of teas. I wasn't looking for it, but when it buzzed, my stomach dropped. The screen lit up with a message from an unsaved number. Can't wait until the estate is ours. Just a few more months of playing house with her. My hands shook as I unlocked it. The passcode was Vanessa's birthday. Of course it was. I spent the next 3 hours sitting on our cold bathroom floor, reading through hundreds of text messages. They weren't just having an affair, they were planning to take everything. Marcus had been quietly moving funds from my grandfather's trust, funneling the money into offshore accounts under Vanessa's name. They had forged my signature on legal documents, setting me up to look completely mentally unhinged on paper. They were preparing for a divorce that would leave me with absolutely nothing. The betrayal was so deep it physically hurt. I wanted to scream. I wanted to burn his custom suits right there in the driveway. But I didn't. Instead, I became the perfect wife. For 18 long months, I didn't shed a single tear in front of him. I kissed him goodbye every morning, and at night, while he slept, I went to work. I hired a forensic accountant, a ruthless private investigator, and a shark of a lawyer who specialized in asset recovery. I documented every single wire transfer, photographed every forged signature, and traced every stolen dollar. I secretly transferred the deed of the house and the remainder of my grandfather's estate into a blind trust that Marcus couldn't touch. I learned exactly how his law firm operated, gathering enough hard evidence of his embezzlement to get him and Vanessa permanently disbarred and locked up. Then came our 8th wedding anniversary. Marcus went all out. He rented an entire country club. He invited his firm's partners, all of our friends, and, of course, Vanessa. He stood in front of 100 people, holding a glass of champagne, and gave a tearful speech about how I was his rock, his anchor. "I have a gift for you too, darling," I said, stepping up to the microphone. I handed him a beautifully wrapped velvet box. The entire room went dead silent, watching him pull the silk ribbon. "Oh, Chloe, you really shouldn't have," he chuckled, opening the lid. Inside wasn't a vintage watch. It wasn't diamond cufflinks. It was a thick, leather-bound book. The cover was embossed with shiny gold letters, the Vanessa offshore accounts. I watched his smug, handsome smile absolutely vanish. "Go ahead, honey," I whispered, leaning in close so only he could hear. "Open it. Page 1 is the wire transfer you sent her last Tuesday. Page 12 is the fraud file is day. Page 12 is the fraud file I just forwarded to the ethics board." His face turned the color of ash. He looked up at me, his eyes wide with sheer, unadulterated panic. Across the room, Vanessa dropped her champagne flute. It shattered on the marble floor, echoing through the silent room. "You have exactly 10 minutes before the police arrive," I said, my voice perfectly steady, completely drained of the love I once had for him. "I suggest you run. Some people think revenge is loud, but the best kind of revenge is perfectly quiet."